Every weekend, millions of young Britons are drawn by the lure of dance music into a magical haven, Clubland.
The music scene was completely different than New York City. I mean, New York City had that decadent nightlife.
The late 80s rave scene was certainly enterprising, but it was also idealistic, anti-establishment, and not profit-motivated. Parties were held in warehouses and fields.
It was irrelevant whether you were good-looking or dressed a certain fashion, but it's more or less just enjoy the music.
Rave was driven by a new kind of electronic dance music, moving at 140 beats per minute.
This wasn't just a couple of kids that got together. This was a global youth culture movement.
It was like 25,000 people at this party. I've never seen it was just a sea of people.
It was a sea of people on ecstasy.
Well, guess what? We've got another drug. It is synthetic, and it makes you love everybody.
Chemists call it MDMA for short. Users have a word for it: ecstasy.
At a psychotherapy session in suburban Boston, Bob and Marie Littlehale are given a dose of MDMA, a drug unregulated, untested, and unapproved to help them explore feelings.
MDMA is fast spreading beyond psychiatric offices, where federal agents say the potential for abuse is enormous.
We have enough cocaine and heroin and marijuana out there, and LSD and PCP, and the abuse of legitimate drugs. We don't need this to mushroom and become another problem.
You're a nice man. I like you. I love you.
Accepted or not, Bob and Marie feel the drug was useful to them.
I know, I love you too.
And at the very least deserves further research.
You're beautiful.
Thanks.
This morning, the Drug Enforcement Administration is announcing its intention to place the drug known as MDMA, or by the street name Ecstasy, under emergency controls in Schedule 1.
Becoming a Schedule 1 controlled substance basically means that there was no legitimate use for ecstasy.
Possession of ecstasy now carries the same penalties as heroin.
Maximum of 15 years imprisonment for illicit traffic or clandestine manufacture or possession with intent to distribute.
In 1989, ecstasy had become wildly popular in Britain. It had all but disappeared in the United States.
I did my first hit of ecstasy in a club in London.
Ecstasy is a feel-good drug that stimulates the nervous system.
When you're in the music scene, you just forgot about everything else. And the music just sounded incredible. You had this endless energy.
In low doses, it's a stimulant. High doses can produce hallucinogenic effects similar to LSD.
All of a sudden, I felt like all of my friends are so fucking beautiful.
You heard sound better.
People talking to me, their voice sounded like it was coming in through a tube, like it was hitting my eardrum directly. Like I could hear the tinkle of the glasses and like all of these little sounds, I could hear them so precisely.
Lighting just was 10 times that more exciting.
You can dance all night and your sensory perceptions are tuned way up.
And is marketed as a way to enhance the techno music experience of raves and clubs.
Techno hadn't even been a whisper in New York in the early 90s.
It hasn't happened in New York yet. So somebody buy cases of records, bring the music in. The dude who gave me the first pill said, listen, take these pills along with you, and I guarantee you this drug right here, pure MDMA, is better than any drug they've ever did in their life.